What is going on, guys? We got me when I was young. Talking fifth grade, man. That shit was. It feels just like yesterday. But yeah, here we are in a different spot. A more healed version of our life, that's for sure. But everything's for a reason. And you know what? I can't hate everything that I went through because it made me who I am today. And I'm very grateful for everything that I went through because, I came out better. So there's that. I found myself. I remembered myself beyond all the mistakes that I've made. And, it's like every mistake that you made was really something that only led you to a deeper understanding of yourself. So that's cool. Everything's for a reason, really. But that's not this video. This video is about just how most people do not want success because, well, they say they want to be successful, but do they really want it? Because, again, as cliche as it sounds, actions do speak louder than words. And a lot of the times people would rather stick to what's familiar, to what's comfortable. And so that's what keeps people in the same spot that they've been in, you know what I mean? And usually sometimes it's a spot that isn't even serving them anymore. But they're so familiarized and comfortable and scared of getting out of their comfort zone and because it's unfamiliar or whatever, that they'd rather stay in familiarity than to do this new thing, because it's when you step into the unknown, that's when you meet yourself at a deeper level. That's when you can actually attract new things, and that's when you can actually feel new things in your life. Obviously, if you're doing the same shit and feeling the same emotions every day, you're going to identify with that pattern and you're going to become accustomed to it, to where you're not allowing yourself to feel new things. You're doing the same shit, thinking the same shit. Obviously, you're going to feel the same shit. You know what I mean? How can you expect to attract better? It'd be delusional to think that you could attract new from doing the same shit over. That's literally the definition of insanity, is doing the same shit over and over again, expecting shit to change. But let's be honest, right? Most people say they want success. You know what I mean? They say that they want growth. They say that they want to step into their highest version of themselves, whatever, right? But if that was really true, they would already be doing that thing that scares them. The truth is you don't want success. You want safety if you're not doing it. Your nervous system is wired to choose what's familiar, even if what's familiar is not even serving you. It's toxic, it's small, even if what's familiar is underperforming. You know what I mean? But it's like, why, right? Because safety feels predictable, and predictable feels controllable, and controllable feels safe. Expansion, on the other hand, stepping into the unknown, feels like uncertainty, and uncertainty feels like risk, feels risky, and risk feels like danger. So it's like, what do? You procrastinate, you scroll, you plan endlessly, you overthink, you think, you wait for the quote-unquote right time, right moment. But what you're really doing is choosing comfort over growth. You're choosing the same thing. What's familiar over growth. And it's like, there's no shame in that, right? It's biological. But the shift comes when the version of you that you admire, the confident one, the disciplined one, the embodied one, that version of you was built by repeatedly choosing discomfort, being vulnerable. Growth is not natural to the ego, it's intentional. So that next time you hesitate, ask yourself, am I avoiding this because it's wrong, or is it just simply because it's unfamiliar? But you gotta understand, your future self lives on the other side of what is unfamiliar. It lives in the uncertainty. It lives in the vulnerability, as cliche as that word has come to sound. But it's when you allow yourself to be vulnerable enough that you can finally make space to attract new, to meet people that resonate with that highest version of you that you're now embodying. And the most successful people are the ones that just did it. They don't care. They don't care about the external, about what they think about. They just wanted it so bad, they did it. So it's like, how bad do you want? this vision? How bad do you want this to be, this version of you? How bad do you want it? Because if you really want it, you're gonna stop at nothing to get it. You're not gonna allow it. You're not gonna allow anyone to stop you, and you're definitely not gonna allow yourself to stop yourself. So, and you'll know too that you'll be successful when you're more tolerable under high stressful situations. Like when you could remain grounded in high stressful environments. Like I've had a lot of jobs. There's a lot of people that have been around that like working in fast food or restaurants, whatever. You gotta be fast. You gotta be quick under pressure, whatever. And there's a lot of people that couldn't do it. They'd have panic attacks or freak out. And not to brag or anything, but I was always the one that was grounded and ready. And I've heard that's a sign that if you're able to do that, like you're gonna be successful. So it's like how tolerable are you to stress? It gets better over time, but the more present and grounded you are, the easier it is to plan and execute. What you gotta do in the now. What you gotta do to be in a better path. I was gonna go outside, but it's sprinkling and I don't have a waterproof camera, so yeah, it is what it is. Sorry, buddy. I mean, I could probably walk him. I'm probably gonna walk the dog. They need a walk, but I can't bring this out. It's not waterproof, So just work with me. But yeah, it's just like I had a friend. We're not friends anymore, but he said he wanted to be a rapper, a musician, whatever, this and that. Oh, I really want to do it. I said, do you really want to do it? Because if you really wanted to do it, you would have been doing it. Instead, he would just go to work, go home, play video games. Or on his break, he could have been making music like I make music on my break on my phone. But he would have rather play Clash of Clans, which is a game on the phone. So it's just like, do you really want to be successful? Do you really want to chase your dreams? Because if you really did, actions speak louder than words. You would have already been doing it. And not playing video games. Hell no, no more. Like for so long. It's like, how long are you gonna say that you want to do something and then not do it? It's gonna be pretty draining. It's like, do you want to be known as that person who just talks and doesn't not do it? Like I know maybe someone in your life that just, I want to do this, I don't do this, I don't do that. They're all passionate about it. You're like, all right, yeah. Then they never do it and they keep talking about it and they bring it up. You're like, bro, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, why do you keep talking about it? Like, just do it. It's like the sign that you were even so excited in the first place to talk about it and to tell people about it is a sign to do it. Okay, cool. You're excited, clearly, because you're talking about it. So do it. Follow that excitement. And when you follow that excitement, it's a sign you're doing what is for you, what is connected to your soul contract, your life mission pattern, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be. It's leading you, and it's in alignment with the highest version of you. When you follow your excitement, that's a sign that what you're doing is in alignment with the highest version of you. Just like me doing these videos, me making music. It is in alignment with the highest version of me. And that's why it brings me excitement. It's your intuition, it's your body saying, yes, keep going, follow this feeling, follow this vibe. Follow this vibe and watch where this vibe takes you. Watch how many doors and opportunities open. It's like you go on that timeline and then it branches out and creates other opportunities based on that switch that you made, stepping into the new. So it's like when people are on their own cycles, they're not going to manifest anything out of that cycle. But then you step out of that cycle, the loop, and then, you branch out into a different timeline and it creates different things that can happen because now you're feeling different, you're thinking different, your awareness is different because you're not doing the cycle shit. You met yourself at a deeper level out of that loop that you were in. Because a lot of the times when people are on their own cycles, they make an identity out of that version of themselves that they're being doing that cycles, right? So that's all that they know. That's all that they've known, doing the same shit over and over again. That's the only version of themselves that they've known. So that's their ego, the cycle. But when you break the cycle and you have that ego death, like, oh, I'm not this version of me, this solid version of me that I thought I was. I'm not the cycle. So then you could meet yourself at a deeper level beyond that loop, beyond that ego identity that we made with that version of me that we were being, doing the cycle shit, you know what I mean, the autopilot. So then, like, you know, you go and you meet yourself at a deeper level because now you're aware and you're conscious and you're creating through the present moment because you're grounded and you're present. And through being present and grounded, you're doing, you know, your awareness is there. You're able to see why I do the same thing over and over again because you want to try new, or, you know what I mean? You do it from a different vantage point. You do new. And then by doing new will come, you know? Like when I had my ego death, it's like, oh, okay. So I could either stick to the version of me that I thought I was, the version of me, of Josh, that was just playing video games and scrolling on the phone and just, you know, consuming like a robot. I could stay that version, or I could allow this ego death to happen and do new. So it's like you could stay in this one reality of you, or you could choose something else and do different. And so from then on now, at that point, I was like, all right, you're right. I started working out. I started meditating every day. I started, you know, making these videos, making music. So I went on a different timeline. I broke that loop. I stepped into the conscious, aware version of me that is now creating and manifesting the reality that I want, which is what I'm doing right now. Whereas before, I was on autopilot. I was unconscious, unaware, playing video games, watching TV, scrolling on my phone, cycle, you know, over and over again. So it's when you choose to do different and do new than what you're used to, the familiarity, that's when new will come. And I promise you, the more you do it, the more you'll be proud of yourself that you never stopped and that you just keep going. So keep going, motherfuckers, with respect and love. I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, I got plenty of videos to make. We're just never gonna stop. Never.